SoundCartel.
From SoundCartel, I'm Nicole Goodman, and this is Business Essentials Daily. These days, a lot of companies communicate their values as part of their branding. But do they actually understand the true meaning of being genuinely purpose-driven? Rod Curtis is Director, Strategy and Creative Lead at Kommunal, Brand Strategy Architects. He says purpose-driven branding matters more than ever, and that a clear and compelling purpose not only attracts customers, talent and investors, but also strengthens your brand. Rod starts at the beginning by explaining his definition of purpose-driven branding to Jeff Waters.
A strong brand isn't just about selling, it's about creating some belief. It's the expectation that you're going to get from buying that product or that service, about the enjoyment and the satisfaction that you're going to get out of it. And you need to sometimes buy into the purpose behind that organisation in itself. Now, in these days of greenwashing and DEI, there's a lot of people who are out there with value-based propositions. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about values, and the values must support the purpose, but I'm a commercial animal as well. And if the values aren't clear in the way in which they help your purpose, you've got a problem. You've just got a bunch of gobbledygook. And you're going to have I'm going to trip over into values a bit because I think it's important in helping to define and bring to life your purpose. But the number of organisations we see with a bunch of well-meaning and well-intentioned but obviously ordinary values is the majority. I don't think you need to have a value which is trust. For God's sake, you've got to tell people that you're going to be trusted. Or innovative.
One of the most used words in English language these days.
That's right. So when a business is clear on their purpose, they attract customers.
Yes.
They attract talent, and they attract even investment. I mean, people aren't going to invest in you unless you have a future. And to understand whether you've got a future is to understand your role in the world and whether you're still going to exist. That's why we say your brand is the one thing that you own that no one can take away from you. Now, that's becoming even harder and harder to do in this world where products are being easily copied. But the brand experience is the thing that shouldn't be able to be copied. If it can be copied, you've got a problem.
Well, how do we go about, first of all, defining that purpose, and then secondly, showing it to other people?
Purpose statements, and I've mentioned in a previous podcast of an example, we're here to change the way the world builds. That became the crystallisation of that organisation's role in the whole business system that they work in. When it first came out, some people had a chuckle and a bit of a laugh and said, God, you're taking yourself a bit seriously, aren't you?
Just to recap, this is a company that makes displays for
modular buildings.
Modular building. Okay.
Yeah.
So to make construction easier.
Yes. Well, sustainability, reusability, scalability, all of those things are very important because the construction industry has a lot of wastage.
Right. All right.
So that purpose that we talked about before, if your purpose isn't worth sharing, it's not worth having. So to answer your question, what do I do with my purpose is share the damn thing. Make it obvious on your website. Open up your new business pitch to a prospective client with that purpose. Nail it to your mast proudly. So this is who we are. This is why we're here. Get people to sit up and take notice that I actually do have a damn purpose.
Does this apply to existing businesses who haven't done this before?
Yes, it does. It applies to anybody. It's not easy to do. That's why a lot of people sometimes try and don't fail, but it's, to paraphrase, it's better to have tried and not to have tried at all. It's better to have tried and failed because you'll get close to it. But in our world, we believe that those that have made that jump have been able to reorganise and reinvigorate and recharge their business as a result of finding that truth about what it is that they do.
Nice. All right. What is it that makes brands that do this win or become more successful than their competitors?
It helps organise their thoughts, to put it succinctly. It makes, as I said before, the reason we call our model communication ready is that marketing is an expensive investment. You don't want to be recreating the wheel every week of the year. You need to have a toolkit of messages and communication platforms at your fingertips. And your purpose is going to be the thing which is going to pull all that together. So you've got it there already done. It should become second nature. So you don't have to struggle with what are we going to say this week. You already know, and that gives you confidence. And with confidence, there's belief, and in belief, there's success.
That's Rod Curtis, Director, Strategy and Creative Lead at Kommunal, Brand Strategy Architects. This episode of Business Essentials Daily is produced by the team at SoundCartel. Thanks for listening. I'm Nicole Goodman. We'll bring you more Be Daily tomorrow. Follow at BE Daily Podcast across social media and head to bedaily.com.au for more from the Business Essentials Daily podcast. SoundCartel.